Okay, so this is a video game review for SimTower for the PC. This game was released roughly around 1994 and has a very simple premise whereby you try and build the biggest and best tower that you possibly can and get have it awarded 5 stars, and hopefully towards the end you can build a nice big cathedral on the top and have a wedding in it, and that's basically the point and purpose of the game. It's a very, very simple game, and that's where the problem really lies. Even back in 1994, and to be honest, it wasn't that long ago, and there were still, plenty of computer games being made. Even back then, the level of involvement in this game was fairly minimal, and it's the biggest problem in this game. If you have a compulsive personality where you love placing things, then yeah, you're going to love this game, and you're going to enjoy just building it up and building it up. And don't get me wrong, there is a lot of charm to this game. Charm is my buzzword in this particular review, because even though it's relatively retro, is the words, and I'm going to try and avoid using the C words wherever possible, because I don't apply it to this particular game. But even though it's retro, and I think the graphics still look quite nice, they definitely do the job. I love seeing all the people move around and everything. There's just the level of involvement in this game is such that getting to that point where you can just admire all your handiwork, it's just a bit too much effort, really. Now, basically the involvement in this game, as I was going to get to, was basically placing buildings, placing offices, placing condos, placing lifts, placing stairs, placing waste disposal units, placing cinemas, shops, and security, like hospital kind of healthcare centers. That's basically the involvement in this game. But rather than say, well, you could make a whole floor of offices with one click, there were no kind of quick options back in, or shortcut options back in those days. You literally had to manually place every single building. And within about an hour of playing this game, you've basically seen everything there is to this game. There's not really much of a financial challenge, because your money pretty much goes up anyway. Even if you're not running a particularly tight ship. And the only real challenge, I suppose, comes in where you're going to place the lifts and the stairs. Every now and then you'll get a bomb scare, but so long as you've got enough security forces, that should be fine. Also, you may get the odd fire or two, but it's not really going to do enough damage or cost enough money to kind of fix, really. So, the challenge isn't great in this game, and the level of involvement isn't great in this game. That said, as I said at the beginning, this is still quite a charming game, and there is something to be gained out of building your tower up to hold a good few thousand people and just admiring it after a while. But that does take quite a bit of work and quite a bit of clicking. So if you're into a game which is a real click fest, then feel free to revisit this. It's definitely up your street. But for the rest of us who've played too many modern games, it just feels like there's not enough to this game, as charming as it is. So in conclusion, this game doesn't really do anything it's not meant to. It doesn't do what it does or it's supposed to badly. It just doesn't really add very much either. What you see is pretty much what you get. It's just it's more like an application where you just watch people going up and down lifts, which can be interesting and can be quite enjoyable for a little bit of time, but you can't really base a game on it, or at least I don't think you can base a very compelling game anyway. So it's not a bad game. It's not a good game. It falls pretty much smack bang in the middle. So I'm going to give this game a 5 out of 10. And that's me.